Welcome back to Phakisa Freeway for extreme festival action, and you don't get much better than Mobil 1 V8 V8 Extreme Supercars. No, just the V8 Supercars making their way out onto the circuit right now, courtesy of Mobil 1, and a nice grid of V8 Supercars about to get onto the track for the first time in anger today. Incredible to see it's Dimitar Racing 1 and 2 at the front end of this field. They had a fantastic qualifying this morning. Did Julian Familiaris and Franco Matteo putting it onto the front row ahead of Mackie Adlam and Terry Wolford. Wolford with a big resurgence, of course, in the Fuchs Lubricants Falcon of his, and then it's Thomas Reeb and Warren Lombard that make up the third row. So a bit of work to do there for a man who would look to try and get to the front end of this championship as he did last year, Thomas Reeb. Didn't quite work out for him in terms of his qualifying, but I think he also got stuck at the head of the field as opposed to behind cars, who definitely assist in terms of how qualifying works at a circuit with a big back straightaway like this one's got. Certainly get a little bit of assistance from cars in front of you, and I think that's exactly what Terry Wolford did at one point in the qualifying this morning. Got up ahead and was looking to try and use the advantage of Franco Matteo, the Italian stallion, in the Deltec Batteries Jaguar as a bit of a blocker for the air. There is the man we're speaking about right now as he rolls off just ahead there of Terry Wolford. Will be looking to do more of the same there. Thomas Reeb and Warren Lombard. Then we've got Andre De Lange, roof sure car. Watch out for him as well, pushing through. It looks like a bit of a problem with one of the cars on the grid as they roll off and make their way down towards turn 1. Remember, it's a rolling start for what is affectionately known as the Rolling Thunder here of V8 Supercar Racing in South Africa. JP Nokia, Steve Herbst and Johnny Ecote. You won't miss Johnny Ecote's car. Bright pink machine right at the back if he has got rolling. Just trying to pick up on who the car was that had a little bit of issues there and possibly had some problems. It looks like, it's not good. It's the Emerald Casino car by the looks of things. Emerald Graphics, no, it's the MTech car, beg your pardon. And that's 111 JP Nokia. Difficult to spot that car because it's got so much camouflage on it, but looks like he just wasn't able to get off the line. He gets a little bit of a push start and bumps it back into gear, and off he goes. May have to resume his position at the back of the grid. I don't know if he'll have enough time to get round there and to retake up his position, but the Amtech Corvette is back on track. And I'll have to do some work now to try and close things down there. Possibly might have a chance to get back into his position, but I think he'll probably have to slot into the back of the field now. Beg your pardon, as they come through.
Down there.
And into Incini 1 and 2. Julian Familiaris puts a Corvette on the front row for a first time in a long time there that we've seen a Chevy-powered car at the front end, besides Thomas Reeves, that is. So we'll wait and see if that Corvette can do anything about keeping out his stablemate and teammate who'll be alongside him in the Deltec Batteries Jaguar, Franco Matteo. Familiaris and Matteo out of the same stable. Mackie Adlam from Ranfontein, the Adlam Auto. And that little Jaguar of his has got a great turn of pace, as we know, but he's also playing around a little bit with the tyre game. Remember, there is allocated tyres for the series, and it looks like he's decided this weekend he's going to be running on old rubber, whereas both Familiaris and Franco Matteo, the Italian stallion, have decided to go on 4 new sets or 4 new tyres for their cars for this first heat and second heat of racing today. So there's a bit of a gamble that you can take. It's certainly a circuit that is not great on tyres. I can tell you from past experience in terms of having raced here myself, but also seen what the tyres do at this circuit. It's very hard on rubber. So new tyres might give you an advantage here, but old tyres definitely won't give you a disadvantage, that is for sure, because they tend to get eaten up quite rapidly. We're under starters' orders now as they come to the line. Watch for those lights to go out and listen for the acceleration. There it is. Familiaris dropping the hammer. Dimitar goes defensive to try and keep out Mackie Adlam. Julian Familiaris around the outside of turn 1. And it'll be the inside for the kink. He slots up just ahead of the Italian stallion. In the background, you can see David Kutsia not getting the start he wanted. He comes alongside Johnny Ecote as they go flying down towards the kink and into turn 2. Familiaris. Oh, Dimitar's lost out, has he? Oh, it's very close there between him and Adlam. Coming into turn 2, he nearly had his nose cut off there on that Black Cat as they came into turn 2, but Adlam just squeezing Franco Matteo out. Terry Wolford moves up into 4th place. He's tucked in just behind the 2 Jaguars there for 2nd and 3rd. And he's lost a little bit of ground there. Thomas Reeves behind him. Then it's Warren Lombard. Lombard under a bit of threat there as well from De Lange. Andre De Lange looking for a way through. And the Amtech car, even though it had a bit of issues on the start, has started to make its way through the field pretty rapidly there. So JP Nokia will definitely be a man to watch out for as well. Remember, he's already taken a victory in previous liveried machine of his, and it was all green Hulk car. He was, of course, a race winner. Into Unchini 1 they go. Out of Unchini 2, onto the back straight. V8 Supercars and the Mobil 1 V8 Supercars in full flight. About 250 k's an hour before they just roll off slightly and then go through the fastest right-hander in the Free State. Flying through there is Terry Wolford in the Fuchs Falcon, looking to try and close that gap down, but hasn't been able to do it just yet. He's got big intentions being shown there by Thomas Reeb in the Mobil 1 Chev Lumina. Behind that, it is Warren Lombard. New colours on Lombard's car as well, going back to similar livery to what he had when he was racing his Cobra. Playing with that grey and orange stripe, sort of metallic grey and orange stripe, very much Cobra-esque colours there for Lombard, as he comes into turn 1 again and completes another lap of action here at the Phakisa Freeway. So we're into the first heat of V8 Supercars. Just going to get the timing up as well. Familiaris doing a 140.617 on a rolling start lap, a 141.1 and a 141.1 from the second and third place cars there of Adlam and Demateo. Terry Wolford still in the 42, so is Thomas Reeb. 43s out of Lombard and De Lange. But as the leaders come through there, you can see Wolford sliding a bit. Absolutely hauling. And you can see just how he was starting to slide through there. The Roofsure car, though, of Andre De Lange is slowly but surely making his way onto the back end of Lombard. So Warren Lombard could be in a bit of threat there from Andre De Lange. A Pep Boys automotive machine of Lombard's could be under a bit of attack. The Black Cat looking to try and close things down there on Adlam's Jaguar, but looks like Adlam's got the drop on him. I'm not quite sure what's gone wrong there with Demateo. Maybe he just made a mistake somewhere on track, but it's cost him at least 10 car lengths on the back end of Mackie Adlam. So the Italian Stallion will have to do some work there. Down in towards Keelkop they go. Penultimate corner here at Phakisa Freeway. And if you've just joined us all around the world, a big welcome to you. Carol Eco's just joined us all the way from Ireland by the looks of things, and so is Moira Absol. So Moira. Across the line, another lap completed there for V8 Supercars. And the Mobil 1 V8 Supercars are led out by Julian Familiaris from Demateo Racing Stable, ahead of Mackie Adlam from the Adlam Auto Machinery and, of course, Garage. Problems there for Steve Herbst. Down the back straight away, the PPG machine and Pride Instrumentation Corvette. And one of the most magnificent colour schemes on a race car, there is for sure. PPG doing that spray job on that car. Unfortunately, looks like the chairman of the board now having some problems of his own down that back straight. Corvette versus Jaguar for the top two. Then it's Jaguar versus Falcon for 3 and 4. So the Falcon looking to close down on the Black Cat in front of him. And we'll have to keep an eye on Terry Wolford and his ability to do that. So I'm flying through there ahead of Thomas Reeb in the Chevy Lumina. And he's got a little bit closer. He's fallen a little bit closer, I should say, into the clutches there of Warren Lombard. De Lange still in 7. JP Nokia is up to 8th place despite that problem on the start there. He's been able to sort that car out and get going again. He's ahead of David Kutsia and Johnny Ecote, with Steve Herbst with a little bit of an issue there. And I think we may have heard, I think I saw actually out of the corner of my studio here for the Two Wheels TV studio, the Pride Instrumentation and PPG Corvette pulling into pit lane to have a quick checkup. Flying through the fastest right hand, and then they go towards Keelkop. Top two now getting a bit closer and a little bit more attention being shown there. Oh, what a bit out of shape there from Terry Wolford. I was about to say a bit more intention being shown by Mackie Adlam. 39 dead there from Mackie Adlam. 39.8 out of Demateo. 39.1 out of Julian Familiaris. So fastest man on track at the moment is the man in second place. Adlam trying to close that gap down, maybe try and find a way through and get ahead of the leader, Julian Familiaris. As he comes through now and completes another lap, and it's down into turn 2 already. They've already completed that. That's lap number 3 done. We're on to lap 4 now. 6 to go. Unbelievable stuff here from the V8 Supercars. Ambient temperature getting up to about 20 degrees Celsius now at the Phakisa Freeway here in Welkom, South Africa. We're in the Free State, of course, of Welkom, or Welkom of the Free State. And just getting a review there, of course. up to 19 degrees Celsius. Real feel is 21 degrees Celsius. A little cool breeze, nothing major, nothing to affect the cars whatsoever. Not like we've seen at other racetracks that we've been to this season so far. Over across, we've got Julian Familiaris still leading out over Adlam. Adlam trying to find a way past the Corvette, but hasn't done that just yet. So we've got Chev Power versus 3 Ford powered machines, and then another Chevy coming in the background there with Lombard looking to close that gap down in his Falcon. In fact, of course, he's in the Mustang, I beg your pardon. So flying through there and looking for a chance to close things down now on Thomas Reeb. He's got through on Reeb. He now wants to get ahead of Terry Wolford. Reeb and Wolford are his targets as another lap gets completed there. Familiaris, Adlam, from De Matteo, Terry Wolford, Thomas Reeb, and Warren Lombard. Lombard late on the brakes into turn 1. And he is definitely looking for a chance to get past. Gavin Wilkins Racing helping, of course, the preparation on that car as well. Bit of a gap opening up now between the first 4 cars here for Mobil 1 V8 Supercars, but a nice battle for 5th. Corvette out front doing a superb job with Familiaris behind the wheel. He's certainly got better and better every single time. Oh, big black stripes there from that new rubber being laid down by the Italian stallion as he came out of the right-hander. And now onto the brakes. He slots up into the big left past the Coke bottle. With the toe of the boot that we're seeing some big black stripes being put down there by Franco De Matteo. Doesn't want to do that too often, particularly with new rubber on the car. Could potentially ruin his day by the end of the day's racing. Another 10 lapper coming later on today. Remember, 2 heats of Mobil 1 V8 Supercars, 2 heats of the DOE Formula Vs, 2 heats of G&H Transport Extreme Supercars, and then 2 heats as well of the Posi Drive Volkswagen Challenge. That's our lineup for the day. And then the big one later on, the 45-minute, the Phakisa 200 endurance race for Car Care Clinics, 111 Sports and Saloons, Sports and GTs, and Super Hatch class, also combined with some of the Posi Drive Volkswagen Challenge drivers. Ron Vanikirk has just joined us as well. Big welcome to you, buddy. Hope you're all good. And everybody else who's joined us on the Extreme Festival page, as well as on all the other pages that we're cross-posting to, as well as YouTube's 2 channels. Hope you're enjoying all the action so far. Mobil 1 V8 Supercars, looks like Julian Familiaris is going to be able to hang on to this lead. Reason being, I think, is that Mackie Adler might be running out of rubber there. Gambling on going out on older rubber as opposed to some of the new rubber that was available to him. He's decided to keep that rubber for later on in the season. They only get allocated X amount of new tyres per season, so it's a bit of a tyre chess game that these guys have to play in the Mobil 1 V8 Supercar paddock. Looks like Terry Wolford could also be looking to close things down here in the latter part. 39.9s out of Wolford, 39.4s out of De Matteo. Those are the best times that they've done, but currently Wolford on a 41.2, 41 dead out of De Matteo, 40 dead out of Mackie Adlam, and 39.7s coming out of Julian Familiaris. So Familiaris just controlling things from front. Doesn't really have to do anything wrong. I don't think he can do anything wrong in that Corvette yet today. So definitely a much better outing at the Phakisa Freeway from Julian Familiaris than we've seen in the past. And certainly going to look to try and take the number 1 spot away from everybody else yet today. Possibly move himself up rapidly in this championship as well, with a victory or 2 if possible. Remember, in the second race we do have an inverted grid for the V8 Supercars, so that'll be a little bit more interesting to play with later on today. Another lap down, and it's 6 completed with 4 to go. First 4 cars evenly spread. Not much happening out there at this point in time. Big welcome now as well to Belinda Groenewald, who's joined us. Thanks so much for your support. Please, as I always say, guys, if you are watching us on any of the streams that we've got out there, please just like and share them to all your friends and fans and family. We want to grow this sport and grow the opportunities that the live streaming offers the sport. And in order to do that, we need to, of course, go back to the sponsors who are assisting us to put this all together and helping us out with the financial assistance that's required. we have to give them their value for money. So big welcome to everybody, but also please like and share this as far and wide as possible. Currently Familiaris, Adlam, Dimitar, Wolford, Reeb, Lombard, JP Nokia, David Kutsia, Johnny Ekot and Andre DeLange, your top 10. Looks like that Roof Shaw car of DeLange's the fourth Jaguar on track, having a little bit of issues of his own. Ekot into single digits for this first time in a long time for Johnny Ekot there. He of course also haven't seen a shot of him just yet, but he's in a bright pink Corvette. So another lap completed now for our leaders, and I think it's going to be pretty much holding station here for these first three. I don't think there's any chances here for changes. We'll wait and see if maybe Dimitar can use the extra bit of rubber he's got available to him in the last three to close things down on Mackie Adlam. 7 laps completed there for Familiaris, Adlam, Dimitar and Wolford. As the rest of the field comes streaming through there, looks like Familiaris, as I said, definitely in control of this one at the front end. Adlam going to try and hang on for second, depending on how much rubber he's got left on those slightly used Goodyears that he's got on the car. And definitely Dimitar looking to close that gap down and find a way past. Adlam was the quickest of the race so far. He got down to a 39 dead. Currently 40.8s coming out of Familiaris, 41.8s coming out of Adlam, and 41.4s out of Dimitar. So half a second quicker from Dimitar with 2.5 laps to go. Could possibly see him change things up for second and make it a Dimitar Racing 1-2. Italian Stallion absolutely hauling around here at this point, trying to close that gap down on Mackie Adlam. Adlam hanging on though for now. And we're going to be coming to complete lap number 8 with 2 to go. Julian Familiaris just doing everything right at the front end. Had a little bit of pressure early on from Adlam, but Adlam couldn't maintain it due to the fact that he's got the slightly older rubber on. New rubber there on Dimitar's cars allowed him to close things down now in the closing stages. So 2 to go. Wolford still hanging on for 4th. Thomas Reeb still in the 5 spot. At this point in time, we'll wait and see as he crosses the line and see if there's going to be any change up there for 5, 6 and 7th place. No, still Reeb in the 5 spot, but a long way back from Terry Wolford. Penultimate lap now for Dimitar. Can he find a way through on Mackie Adlam? Not going to be easy to do, that's for sure, but we'll wait and see if he's able to find something special here in this last lap and a half. Big pressure from Warren Lombard. Lombard looking for a way through there on Thomas Reeb. Certainly looking for a chance to spoil the day there for Thomas Reeb if he can. 2 Jags heading up towards Uncini 1. Dimitar's going to have to get a good drive to see if he can get into the back end of that Adlam Auto Jaguar ahead of him. If he can, is there going to be a possibility he can slipstream it down the back straight? He's not close enough for the slipstream this time, but maybe setting things up for the next lap. Pulls a bit closer to the back end of Adlam, but not close enough to make an overtaking maneuver. Further back, that's JP Nokia has made his way up to 7th place overall in the second of the Corvettes on track. And here comes the battle for second, and it's definitely on with a lap to go. 1 to go now as they cross the line, and certainly an opportunity here for Adlam to get some points over Dimitar, but Dimitar definitely wants to spoil the day there and go for a 1-2 for the Dimitar Racing team. Familiaris just got to keep it on the black stuff, or the slightly grey stuff here at Phakisa Freeway. Coming through nicely here into turn 2 is the Black Cat, trying to close down on that leading cat at the moment. The 2 Jaguars fighting hard. And can Dimitar do anything about Mackie Adlam? Or is Adlam going to use the fact... Oh, there's a change-up. I thought we might see that. Lombard has got through there on Thomas Reeb with a lap to go. So he squeezes out the Cafe 9 Automotive and Mobil 1 Chevy Lumina of Thomas Reeb. Unfortunately, it didn't work out so well for him there. Reeb losing out in the closing stages, but he's still got a half a lap to go there, and he might be able to come back at Warren Lombard. Well, he's going to have to do a little bit of work. Look at the gap that Familiaris has pulled now. It's almost the entire back straight over Mackie Adlam and De Matteo. De Matteo still hasn't found a way through just yet, though. Here we go, towards Geelkop. So it's going to be Julian Familiaris with a comfortable win in the end for De Matteo Racing for the Corvette team. Looks like in the background, Adlam has been overtaken. De Matteo might have got through. Let's have a look and see if that's the case. Here comes Familiaris for the win. He takes the win. No, it's not. Only just. Wow, very close up, but Adlam had to fight hard to keep out Franco De Matteo to the checkered flag. A nice battle between the two Jaguars there for second place in the Mobil 1 V8 Supercars. And behind that, it was Terry Wolford. To the line comes Warren Lombard for a top 5. That's the first top 5 for him in a long time, so good to have Warren back up into the top 5 there for the Pep Boys Automotive race team. Gavin Wilkins, of course, doing some preparation on that car to get it all sorted out, so it's definitely worked out for him. And then Thomas Reed comes through there for Cafe 9 Automotive and Mobil 1 in the Chevy Lumina for 6th. 7th place will be JP Nokia. There he goes across the line, just at the top of your shot. And nice to see the Amtech man recovering after a bit of a dodgy start. It looked like he wasn't even going to get going, and eventually got that Corvette fired up, and once it got fired up, he was able to get through the pack up to 7th place. David Kutsil will finish in 8th place, Johnny Ecote in 9th, and it'll be Steve Herbst will finish up the top 10 there as well. In fact, it'll be Andre De Lange, I beg your pardon, De Lange ahead of Steve Herbst. That's how we finish things up for the Mobil 1 V8 Supercars. In a few minutes' time, we head down to pit lane in Claudio to catch up with Julian Familiaris.
First race win, you've got to be stoked with that.
Kind of lost for words, to be honest. Yesterday when we started, the practices were going quite well, and we were sitting mid-pack most of the time, and then quali came through this morning, and we managed to get the car into pole. So starting the race out, I know these are such a fierce bunch of competitors, and the guys behind me are just they push hard. So I knew it was going to be a tough one, and we managed to get out on the first lap and just pull a bit of a gap and maintain it. Really thankful to my team. Thank you to De Matteo Racing and to Mobil 1 for making it all possible.
Massive thanks to Mobil 1 for getting involved with the V8 Supercars, taking over from some long-standing relationships in the world of motorsport here in South Africa and extending that relationship into Mobil 1 V8 Supercars now. Roof Shures, Andre De Lange on pole position ahead of the Pep Boys Automotive machine there, the Ford of Warren Lombard. It's the Mobil 1 and Cafe 9 Automotive Chevy Lumina that is just behind that, and that is Thomas Reeb at the wheel. Then you've got the two Jaguars, that one there of Franco De Matteo. Alongside him will be Mackie Adlam, current champion, 4-time champion in this class as well, is Adlam. Lined up behind the two of them in the two Cats will be the fastest Corvette in the field, and that's race 1 winner Julian Familiaris, also out of De Matteo Racing. JP Nokia and David Kutsia make up the final grid positions here for a very talented field of very, very powerful machines. Over 600 horses of power in each of these cars, with a lock diff at the back of the wheel, back wheels of the car as well, and the ability to do 140 k's an hour in first gear. These cars have certainly got some great turn of pace, and particularly here at the Phakisa Freeway. Lining things up now to get ready to go. Side by side action. Lombard's got the inside line, but of course the cleaner line is the outside, which is where the pole position is there for Andre De Lange. Lights are on. They go off and we go racing. Down towards turn 1 we go, and it's Lombard on the inside. Can he outgun and whole shot? Looks like he might be able to do that. Mackie Adlam forcing Dimatoa wide and high line through turn 1, trying to get onto the back end of Thomas Reeb. Good start there from David Kutsia, who tucks right behind Julian Familiaris, trying to make his way through there. DeLange losing out, getting eaten up right from the word go there by not only Warren Lombard, but Thomas Reeb as well. Here comes Adlam on the inside of Wolford. Wolford runs wide. Wolford on the grass. Wolford on the grass and off the track as he runs wide into turn 2. Terry Wolford right at the back of the field now in the Fuchs Falcon. That's not what he wanted, that is for sure. Right in the back end of the field, having to take evasive action coming into turn 2. And a very, very strong maneuver there from Mackie Adlam to move through up into third place. DeLange under pressure now from JP Nokia as they come to Coca-Cola. They come out of turn 4 onto the little short straight and into a little kink that heads them into Unchini 1 and 2. Lombard leads out. Mackie Adlam applying pressure to Thomas Reeb. Reeb holding him off for now. And looks like Adlam wants to get by because you can see Warren Lombard disappearing at the front end. Doesn't want that to happen. Adlam wants the win. Dimatoa wants it just as badly. The two Jaguars onto that back straight for the first time now in full flight. 260 k's an hour as they pitch it off and just roll off slightly into turn number 7. Fastest right-hander in the Free State as they come through there. Very, very quick corner, particularly in the V8 Supercar with so much traction. David Kutsia now under pressure from the back end of the field as they start to sort things out there in that mid-pack. As they come under braking, you can see Mackie Adlam trying to find a way through there on Reeb. Reeb keeping him out. Dimatoa trying to do the same thing though, but Adlam is keeping him out. And then just behind that is Familiaris. Look at Julian Familiaris. Already up into the top 5 after lap 2 has been completed. Brilliant stuff there from the young man who took his first victory in a V8 Supercar. And usually what happens in that case, as you will see in most motorsport events, as soon as you are up and into a winning frame of mind, it just keeps you there for a long, long time. And second and third victories usually come relatively quickly after your very first one. Completing the second lap, or the first lap in anger, it's Lombard from Reeb, Adlam and Dimatoa. Then you've got Julian Familiaris, Andre DeLange. David Kutsia's up to 7th, Nokia into 8th, Wolford down to 9th after that off-track excursion. Look at the big flame coming out of Mackie Adlam's car under the gearing down there for turn 3, I beg your pardon. The toe of the boot as he comes through there. Brilliant stuff, and what a shot. Here comes JP Nokia on the inside of Kutsia. Kutsia under attack now from Wolford. Wolford looking for a way through. Oh, it's tight. Terry Wolford looking for a way past on David Kutsia. Kutsia keeps him honest for now. Same thing happening here for second place with Thomas Reeb. Mobil 1 and Cafe 9 automotive car ahead of the Adlam Auto Jaguar. Dimatoa in the Daltec Batteries Jaguar. Just behind that, out of Dimatoa Racing. His teammate and stablemate right on his tail in the form of Julian Familiaris. Behind that's Andre DeLange in the Roof Sure Jag. Brilliant stuff from all of these V8 Supercars in full flight now in the second heat of the day's racing for Mobil 1 V8 Supercars here at the Phakisa Freeway. And the second round of the regional. Oh, and Reeb's out of shape there. That could possibly give an opportunity to Mackie Adlam. Adlam dives on the inside. Oh, there might have been a little rub there between the two of them. Adlam got real up close and personal there between himself and Thomas Reeb. Reeb lit it up coming out of Geelkop. And now into turn 1. There you go. Seals the deal. But as he climbs on the brakes, he locks them up as well. Remember, he's on older rubber than the other two cars that are alongside him and behind him. And Reeb runs wide, giving Dimatoa an opportunity. Dimatoa will eat that up, and so will Familiaris. Oh, Thomas Reeb made a slight mistake there. Maybe the wrong gear coming out of turn 1. And it's given Dimatoa and Julian Familiaris a chance to get through on him. Thomas Reeb down to 5th place. Wow, how was that for a change-up? Oh, Warren Lombard controls things from the front from now, but from now on, of course, he's got a 4-time champion, a 2-time champion, and a first race winner on his tail. Will Lombard make it 2 rookie winners on the day here? If he can stay in the front end, that's exactly what he wants to do. He hasn't taken a race victory in a V8 Supercar just yet. He's taken lots of victories in his Cobra in the Historic Tour and at the International. And of course with the Extreme Festival here at the Phakisa Freeway. And then we head down to the Port Elizabeth Circuit of Aldo Scribanti for the National Extreme Festival in 2 weeks' time. Remember, the middle of June, we go back to Swartkops for the Passion for Speed Festival. Yes, the incredible international that usually happens at the end of January that was postponed to the middle of June will be taking place again at the incredible Pretoria West Circuit, and Swartkops, the home of that Passion for Speed Festival. Looking forward to another live stream edition, and the first live stream edition only, of course, of the Passion for Speed Festival. Lombard sideways coming out of the second last corner. Familiaris starting to light up those tyres as well. That's how hard these guys are trying to find a way through, trying to do everything they can to ensure that they can stay in the hunt at the front here. And it's 3 laps down and 7 to go. Adlam under attack from Franco Di Matteo. Di Matteo might be helping Warren Lombard out here because Adlam is having to go defensive to keep out the intentions of the Italian stallion in third. It's Di Matteo in third place. Fourth is Familiaris. Reeb is in 5. 6 is De Lange. Wolford in 7th. He's recovered nicely, but it's a big battle expected here. You can see just how hard they are pushing because it is absolutely nothing in it here between these first 4 cars. 5th car of Reeb has just dropped back ever so slightly there and hasn't quite been able to stay with the same pace as the 3 Ford-powered cars, and of course that incredible Chevy Corvette of Julian Familiaris. So it's Lombard who keeps the front end busy at this point in time, and he's got a busy day in the saddle for the next 7 laps. If this is the kind of racing he has to, and this is the kind of attack he has to fend off. But he is being helped out ever so slightly there by Di Matteo, who's putting the attentions of Mackie Adlam into his rearview mirror to go defensive on the attack coming from the Deltec Batteries Jaguar. Deltec Batteries Jaguar now. A little wheel on the inside curb there from Adlam. Don't want to do that with old rubber. That could potentially ruin your day if you get a puncture on that car. He has gone and finished up races with punctures in the past. Fast right-hand sweep. Down towards a double right-hander at Geelkop. De Lange coming along for the ride. So is Terry Wolford. Wolford making up some ground now after his off-track excursion. All 4 cars sideways out of the final, or out of the penultimate corner there. Adlam lit it up right in almost sort of drifting style. Behind him was Di Matteo, and following suit was Familiaris. This is an incredible fight at the front end here. Absolutely brilliant stuff as Lombard hangs on for now, but only just. The first 4 cars split by a second. Nothing in it between those first 4. A little bit of a gap down to 5th place, and Thomas Reeb on his own now. About to be caught though by De Lange and Wolford. 4 cars fighting for the lead. 3 cars fighting for 5th place just behind them. You can see Warren Lombard watching those rearview mirrors. Here comes Di Matteo into turn 3, late on the brakes. Can he get up the inside? Oh, he is up the inside there of Adlam. Adlam very, very lucky to avoid that one. Nearly being shown the way through there by the Deltec Batteries Black Cat. As he came flying on the inside, Di Matteo had a big look. Adlam shut the door. It's given a little bit of breathing room there to Warren Lombard. If he wasn't watching what was happening behind him, it's definitely giving him a chance now to just open up an extra car length over the 2 Jaguars. The Jag's going at it here. He's got good drive onto the back straight. Remember, Mackie Adlam is on old rubber. Franco Di Matteo is on new rubber, and that's, you can see the difference that it's making up here as he comes under the in the slipstream now, looking for a way through. Not going to make it through the fast right-hander. That's a very dangerous move to make in a V8. And you've got to have some big cojones to make that one stick, that's for sure. But I think Di Matteo is setting things up here, possibly for Geelkop. As they head down towards that double right-hander, coming out of the double right-hander now. Stay tuned for an opportunity. No, hasn't been able to find it just yet. Oh, Lombard starting to get sideways now as well. Lombard fighting hard, using that big lock diff to come out of the final corner and put the hammer down onto the straight to complete the halfway stage of this race. Lombard, Adlam, Di Matteo, Familiaris and Reeb. And there's a move once again from Di Matteo, trying to find a way through there. Oh, possibly a little touch there between the 2 Jags. That's going to give Familiaris a sniff. Here comes Wolford. Wolford's all over the back end of Thomas Reeb as well, just in the background. So as they come through, you can see the first 4 cars now very evenly matched, less than a second between them as they cross the line there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And then Reeb under massive attack now. It's Mobil 1 versus Fuchs. And Wolford looking for a way through there on the Cafe 9 Automotive Chevy Lumina of Thomas Reeb. This is brilliant stuff here from these guys. Absolutely hauling at the moment. Here comes a move from Adlam. Adlam trying to find a way around to cut back on Warren Lombard. And the next 3 cars also just as evenly matched. The Roofshaw Jag just losing out a little bit of ground there. Now it's Adlam. Is he going to look to pounce? Get through on the Ford in front of him. And Lombard just carries great corner speed. Slightly wrong out of Unchini 1. It's going to cost him the drive onto the back straight. He'll have to go defensive on that back straight. Puts the hammer down now. Everything she's got, 600 horsepower down that back straightaway. Make that times 4. It's 2,400 horses going down into turn number 7. Two of them have got cat bodies. One's got a Falcon body. One's got a Corvette body as they go down into Welkom again. Oh, the Chevy Lumina running wide. That's going to give opportunity to Wolford to dive on the inside, possibly. Oh, it's tight stuff here. This is absolutely top-class V8 action again from the Mobil 1 V8s. Another lap completed. We're way over the halfway stage. 4 to go, 6 down. And onto the brakes. Here comes Demetto. Demetto late on the brakes into turn 1, having a big look on the inside of Adlam. Adlam runs wide. There's a touch. Oh, brilliant stuff. The two Jags just side by side, shoulder to shoulder there, the two Jags, you could say, as they came out of turn 1. And they're still side by side. Heading towards turn 2. Here they come. Adlam just getting a nose ahead there of the Black Cat behind him. This is brilliant stuff from our V8 Supercars. Once again, here at the Phakisa Freeway, the inverted grid always provides great action. And Adlam now going defensive. Because he goes defensive, he's given another bit of breathing room there to Warren Lombard. And the same thing could be said as Demetto comes under pressure from his teammate. Demetto racing 1 and 2 on the grid in the first race. Familiaris took the win, and his first win ever in a V8 Supercar in that first race, and now looking to get through on 2 very seasoned campaigners in this V8 Supercar field. It's a 4-time champion and a 2-time champion in the 2 Jaguars ahead of him. It's a first race winner there in 4th place, looking for a way through on those 2 very seasoned and multiple champions. Once again onto that back straight away. Watch for the slipstream effect there from the Black Cat on the Adlam Auto Jag. Carries good corner speed through the fast right-hander at the end of the straight. 260 k's an hour. They roll off from there, then climb back on the loud pedal as they head towards Welkom. Lombard runs wide. Lombard possibly with a bit of a mistake there. Has it cost him some time? It may have. Let's wait and see if Warren Lombard has been able to stick to the front. No, Lombard's made a mistake. Exactly what I thought. Lombard making a mistake and sliding out of the right-hander. Drops him down into 3rd place. Adlam now leads. Adlam leads out. Lombard goes defensive on Familiaris. Julian Familiaris on the inside line, trying to get the late braking on Lombard in the Corvette. He gets through. A slightly lighter, probably more nimble Corvette on the big Ford. And Lombard goes from 1st to 4th in the space of 3 corners. Big mistake there from Warren Lombard as he came out of the right-hander. You can see the car sliding just through the foreground of the shot before we change to the end of Welkom. Another lap down. Adlam now leads. Demetto, Lombard, and Familiaris. It's Familiaris from Lombard, actually, as they went down into turn number 1. And here comes Wolford. Wolford is not out of this picture just yet and is pushing hard here in the closing stages. Fastest man on the circuit at the moment is Terry Wolford. Absolutely brilliant lap times coming out of him. He's gone into a 1:41.4 as opposed to the 42s and 43s coming out of the first 4 cars. It's because they're fighting so hard. There is a massive problem there on Adlam's car by the looks of things as well, as Demetto goes around his outside and gets to the lead. Adlam now maybe starting to feel the effects of those slightly older tyres. It's a risk he took, having to keep his newer tyres for another circuit. He's gone on the older rubber, and Familiaris now looking to pounce. They want a Demetto 1-2 here. Familiaris wants a double victory. As I said, after a first race win, it's amazing how quick those second race wins come. The confidence is up. You're certainly feeling fired up in the race car, and if the race car's performing as well as that Corvette is today, and as well as the Falcon is as well, of Terry Wolford, putting some wheels on the dirt coming out of the right-hander. Familiaris goes to second. Adlam's tyres are cooked. You can just see he is battling to turn that car and get the power down. This is a very abrasive circuit here at Phakisa Freeway, and you can see Adlam now might have to settle for 3rd. Lombard, if he was wary of that, could possibly get up there and catch Adlam to get onto the podium. Demetto leads out on that last pass, and it's 8 laps completed, 2 to go. Wolford starting to slide into turn 1 as well now. The pressure there from Terry Wolford, 45.2 on that last pass, but his fastest lap has been a 41.4. Certainly one of the quickest cars in that top pack. 45, 46, 45, and 43s from the top 2. But Wolford's making mistakes. Wolford makes a small mistake. Oh, and he lights it up. Drifting style out of turn 2. Terry Wolford getting that Fuchs car absolutely lit out of turn 2. Catches it and just gets the power down in time. Franco Demetto, Julian Familiaris, teammates 1 and 2 ahead of Adlam. Lombard starting to slide as well, basically in sympathy for the man behind him. It's Mustang versus Falcon there. Who's going to have what it takes between those two? Absolutely amazing stuff. This is what it's all about. David Tilley's just joined us as well, saying we'll see you next Saturday at the Phakisa MX track, of course, for National Motocross action Well, you won't see me, Dave. Unfortunately, I'm down in East London. You'll see Rob Portman, though. He's going to join Dave Peterson and his team here at the National Championships. But motocross action just around the corner here at the Phakisa motocross track next weekend. But as they come down into Geelkop once again, it is Di Matteo now controlling things from the front. Familiaris in second, Adlam in third. And a big battle for fourth place starting to heat up there between Terry Wilford and Warren Lombard. Top two go through. There's third place. Here's the fourth place battle I'm speaking about. It's Mustang versus Falcon. Oh, look how tight it is here between these. It's brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff as they come around and onto the back straightaway. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, that's probably Falcon versus Falcon. I'm just going to correct myself there. Yeah, Warren Lombard in the Falcon, not in a Mustang. Two of them absolutely hauling down into turn one. Thomas Reeves still ahead of a late charge here from the Roofshore Jaguar of Andre De Lange. So Di Matteo now onto his final lap. Is he going to allow Julian Familiaris to come through for a double victory on the day and settle for second place, or is he going to hold off his young stablemate? Both of these cars prepped by Di Matteo Racing. The boss man out front, Julian Familiaris in second. He'll be possibly looking for an overall victory for the day as well if he stays where he is right now. So that might be good enough and a consolation prize. And to have shared victories here between the two cars is probably what Franco Di Matteo would love. Let's see whether or not he rolls out of it and allows his young compatriot to go through, or is he going to make him work for it? Looks like he's going to make him work for it. Hauling onto the back straight away into Unchini 1. Little short straight and into Unchini 2. It's not really even a straight, it's like a big double right-hander with a little bit of a straight section to it. And onto that back straight away now, it is the Italian Stallion in the Black Cat Deltec Batteries Jaguar out front. Controlling things now ahead of Julian Familiaris, his teammate in the Di Matteo Racing Corvette. Adlam looks like he's got third place sewn up. Fourth place still up for grabs as Wolford puts a wheel on the inside curb, trying to find a way through there on Warren Lombard for the final positions there on the top five. Checkered flag on standby. Di Matteo is going to take it. Franco Di Matteo takes the win. And the second race of the day for the Mobil 1 V8 Supercars goes to the Italian Stallion ahead of Julian Familiaris. Third place, Warren Lombard. Oh, Lombard just beaten to the line there by Terry Wilford. Another mistake out of Warren Lombard in the closing stages allows Wilford through. So confirmation as they came across the line there. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Franco Di Matteo. He hangs on to take the victory ahead of Julian Familiaris, making it Di Matteo Racing 1 and 2. And shared victories between the two drivers out of that stable. Adlam takes third place ahead of Terry Wilford, who just came through to beat Warren Lombard for 4 and 5. Thomas Reeb, early race leader, down in 6th place ahead of De Lange, our pole man. And David Kutsia finishes up in 8th place. Unfortunately, Johnny Ecote and Steve Herbst didn't make it out onto the circuit for the second start of the day. That's Mobil 1 V8 Supercars, second race done and dusted for the second race. And now we look forward to the second heat of the Posse Drive Volkswagen Challenge. They'll be out on... In fact, no, beg your pardon, it's G&H Transport Extreme Supercars first. G&H Transport Extreme Supercars will be up next. They'll start to make their way down into the pit exit area. And as soon as we've got some interviews lined up there, possibly with Franco Di Matteo, we'll go down to Claudio in pit lane.
Rico, race 2 winner. How was your race?
But it was one of the hardest races I've ever had in 26 years. Mackie, the youngsters, I mean, they don't give you a gap, you know, but at the end of the day, the old fox comes through, and you put it in the right place. The car was good, so yeah, I'll take a win any day.